We're just a few months out from GTA 6 now, and the thing nobody's really ready for is just how big this is. Because this time, it's not one city, it's a whole state. Leonida, basically Rockstar's version of Florida, and so far we've only seen bits and pieces of it. And look, people love throwing out numbers. 2.5 times GTA 5, 3 times whatever sounds the most insane. So let me just be real with you. Rockstar hasn't told us a size. The folks rebuilding the map from the leaks reckon it's somewhere between 70% bigger and about double. That's the honest range. And honestly, I'd bet it's the higher end. Everything they've shown looks like a whole state, not a city. What we do know is the rough shape. 2 main characters, Jason and Lucia, and a map that goes from neon beaches in the south all the way up to proper backwoods in the north. So let's just go through it, region by region, what each place is, what we actually know, what I reckon Rockstar's setting up, and where it's going to get messy online. I'll still tell you what's confirmed and what's just me guessing, but fair warning, there's going to be a lot of guessing. That's half the fun this early. Let's start where the marketing started. Vice City. Rockstar's own tagline for it is everything in excess, and yeah, that checks out. It's basically Miami cranked all the way up, and it's not just one flat city either. They've shown us Ocean Beach, a little Cuba, a little Haiti, the port, the rougher blocks further in, actual neighborhoods, actual character. But here's something a lot of people get wrong. You don't live in Vice City. Jason and Lucia actually start down in the Keys. So this isn't your home, it's the chaos, the money, the music, the place, everything gets loud. And here's what I think Rockstar's actually doing with it. That whole music scene, that's not just background. We've already met Booby Ike, who runs a strip club and a record label, Draquan Priest, Real Deems, who are literally a rap duo. I don't think that's just flavor. I think there's a whole music business thing coming, like run your own label, sign artists, throw events. The way GTA 5 let you build up other businesses, that's the kind of stuff that keeps a city worth coming back to for years. So my wish list, interiors, proper ones, a club you can actually walk into, a label you can run, shops on the strip you actually own. Give me a reason to spend a whole night out here without a mission telling me where to go. And online, Vice City's gonna be the social hub, obviously. Car meets on Ocean Beach, crews running clubs, enough cops around that a chase downtown actually scares you. If they nail that, this is where everyone hangs out and never really leaves. Then the land just kind of falls apart. South of the city, you've got the Leonida Keys, tagline's Gateway to Paradise. This is their version of the Florida Keys, a bunch of islands, Key Lento, East Key, all linked up by water and bridges. And this one actually matters because this is home. Jason and Lucia's first apartment is right here. You can see it in trailer 2. The bar, the deck chairs, that slow, sunny, sweaty vibe. This is literally where the story kicks off. But don't let the postcard fool you. Rockstar straight up calls these dangerous waters, and that's where my theory comes in. Jason's whole thing is moving drugs. You stick 2 characters out on a bunch of remote islands, hand them a boat, and call it dangerous waters? Come on, this is the smuggling coast. I'd bet the early game is basically that. Quiet docks, a boat full of product, and a long run north where anything can go wrong. So what I want is a proper boat economy, boats that actually feel good to drive, a reason to live out here. And online, the Keys are perfect for trouble. One skinny chain of islands, everything out in the open on the water. Smuggling runs where the whole lobby can see you're exposed. Boat races, island to island. This is the getaway part of a heist, basically every time. Now this is the one I keep coming back to, Grassrivers. Taglines, welcome to the wetlands, it's the Everglades. Like 19 seconds into the very first trailer, there's an airboat flying across the swamp. A second later, flamingos and alligators. There's a town out here called Watson Bay, sat right in the middle of all that swamp. And the whole point of it is how cut off it is. Hidden waterways, dead ends, miles of nothing between you and any help. And this is where I just let the theory run, because this place is built for it. The leaks hint at panthers, maybe nastier stuff. Rockstar's only actually confirmed gators and flamingos, so that bit's not locked. But a swamp this big and this empty? Come on, there's gotta be something out there they haven't shown us, and it's bigger than animals. This is exactly the kind of spot Rockstar hides its secrets. The Bigfoot, the ghost, the weird thing under the water, every GTA has one. The way I see it, Leonida's big mystery is hiding somewhere in this swamp, and we're gonna be arguing about it for years. So my wish list's pretty simple. Give me a reason to actually live in the swamp. A hideout that's a pain to get to, an airboat that feels mean, animals that actually react to you. And online, this is the lawless part of the map. No cops anywhere. Perfect place to set something up you don't want found, and perfect place for it to all go wrong when another crew comes flying in on an airboat. Head north, and the postcard stops. Port Gellhorn. Taglines live hard, and Rockstar literally calls this stretch the Forgotten Coast. This is the Panhandle, real Panama City energy. Industrial, run-down, working class. In Trailer 2, you get the Starlit Motel, the Bocamar Bridge, a strip club called Delights, dirt bikes and ATVs ripping through the dirt. Even the cop cars say Port Gellhorn PD. This place has its own law. And here's what I think is going on with Port Gellhorn. This is the drug coast. Think about it. Jason moves product. This is a forgotten port town full of docks and warehouses, and the whole mood of it is desperate. That's not where you clean money, that's where you make it and move it. I reckon this is GTA's Breaking Bad bit. Labs, distribution, the ugly side of the business Vice City acts like it's above. So my wish list here's grittier. A proper port heist. Cranes, containers, getting away across the water. Dirt bike chases through all the industrial junk. And online, Port Gellhorn could be a fight zone. Whoever holds the docks holds what moves through them. That's the kind of thing crews actually go to war over. Not for the looks, for the supply. Now, Ambrosia actually surprised me. First time round, I'd written it off as the one we know nothing about. Turns out, nah, that was wrong. Tagline's keeping Leonida sweet. And that's not just a cute line. This is sugar country, inland, based on Clewiston, which is the actual heart of Florida's sugar industry. There's a real spot, the Allied Crystal Sugar Refinery. In Trailer 2, you can see sugarcane fields on fire, which is a real thing they do at harvest. And there's a biker gang out here, the final chapter MC. There's even a mayor election going on, some candidate called Aaron Henshaw, and the usual big corporate corruption stuff Rockstar loves. And honestly, the theory just writes itself. Sugar Town, dodgy election, biker gang. I think Ambrosia's where Rockstar does its corruption satire. The refinery is a front, the election is its own kind of heist, the bikers is the muscle. It's the messed up small town storyline, and it might be the most Rockstar part of the whole map. What I want is for all of that to actually be playable. Biker missions that matter, the refinery as a real place you can hit, a corruption story you can dig into, and online, this is biker turf, plain and simple, country roads, open fields, the kind of map where a pack of bikes coming over the hill is genuinely scary. Give me turf, give me the gang, let crews scrap over the back roads. And right at the top, the part of Leonida nobody saw coming, Mount Kalaga National Park. Tagline's Wild, Wild Country. Florida's famously flat, so this, a national park up north, based partly on Georgia and that Providence Canyon look, is Rockstar building stuff this state barely has. An actual canyon, forests, trails, that nowhere to be found feeling. And they've pointed straight at the activities too. Hunting, fishing, off-roading, kayaking. Confirmed animals are deer, cougars, foxes. Bears? Not confirmed. But a park this big with no bears would be weird, so yeah, I'm counting on it. And here's the theory I'm most hyped about. Rockstar's own description of the people up here literally uses the words hillbilly mystics and paranoid radicals. That's gold. The way I read it, this is cult and militia country. Off-grid compounds, doomsday types, the weird backwoods stuff GTA does better than anyone. There's spots up here called Yorktown and the Domed Hills, and whatever they're hiding up there, I want to find it. This is the closest GTA's gotten to Red Dead in ages, and I'm so here for it. My wish list. Hunting that's an actual system, not a little side thing. Off-road vehicles that actually pull their weight. A cabin out in the trees that's yours. And online, this is the survival zone. Big, open, no cover, no cops, long-range fights, hidden bases. That slow, tense thing where you hear an engine way before you see it. Now here's where I gotta slow down. Because past these regions, a lot of what you've seen online isn't even Rockstar's. The full map, the county lines, the borders, that's the community, rebuilding the state bit by bit from the 2022 leaks. And they've done amazing work, don't get me wrong, but it's a rebuild, not a reveal. The county names change depending on who you ask. Places like Gloriana only turn up on license plates, so we don't even know if you can go there. And then there's my favorite bit of this whole thing. For 2 years, every community map had this same chunk of land up in the northwest, a whole panhandle. Then the mappers just deleted it. They went back to the raw coordinates and there was nothing there. The road signs everyone kept pointing at turned out they were just one-to-one copies of real Florida ones. Looks great in a screenshot, means nothing as proof. So they cut the stuff they couldn't back up. And honestly, that's the only reason any of this map is worth trusting. So yeah, that's Leonida, 6 regions Rockstar's actually shown us: Vice City, the Keys, the Grassrivers, Port Gellhorn, Ambrosia, and Mount Kalaga, plus a whole lot of map and a whole lot of guessing we're still filling in. Good news is we don't have long to wait. Pre-orders open June 25th and the actual game drops November 19th, 2026. That's when we find out how close the community got and how many of my theories were just me hyping myself up. My bet, the mappers are way closer than they'll get credit for. And me, I'm probably setting myself up for heartbreak. But hey, that's half the fun of waiting. So tell me which region you're most hyped for. Drop your own theories down in the comments and I'll catch you in the next one.